Thanks to all of you for your kind cooperations. Now, today our journey is through the planet Rahu. Rahu and Ketu are the pseudo planets. They are the beheaded portion of Sarvabhanudev as per mythology is concerned. Now, Rahu is the head portion, so it is so much intelligent. Rahu is too much intelligent. And Ketu falls on the feet of the Lord Vishnu during beheaded by Sudarshan Chakra. So, Ketu is being spiritual, more spiritual, but Rahu is material. Material gain, Rahu is the main planet. Now, generally the question is coming, when Rahu gives positive effect and when Rahu is giving negative effect. Generally, when any planet gets disturbed, then other planet also gets the wave and also get disturbed. In that case, generally Rahu gives negative impact. Otherwise, Rahu gives positive impact as the placement in the Kundali or birth chart or Janma Patrika. Generally, in Upachaya Bhav, 3, 6, 10, 11, Rahu giving good results. But when the other planets are disturbed by the behavioral change of the native, then Rahu also gives negative effect on the native. When Rahu is positive, native is too much hardworking, too much dedicated, too much responsibility bearing, Rahu gives the blessing, sudden change. Rahu is the planet of suddenness. So native gets sudden change. From rock to heaven, from poverty to richness, all are there. Behind that, Rahu is present. Not only that, Rahu also makes Raj Yoga, like Kendra Trikona Raj Yoga, when Rahu placed there. Not only that, in advanced theory, advanced dispositor theory, suppose in Aquarius sign, Rahu is placed. And Aquarius Lord, Saturn is posited with Jupiter. So then Jupiter will be get influenced by the Rahu. So this is advanced dispositor theory. Through the planet, it gets the influence to other planet also. So we are coming to the chart. First of all to the Kalpurusha Kundali, and then we have to discuss about the example charts. So just to make it clarity, we are coming to the chart. Coming to the Kalpurusha Kundali and advanced dispositor theory for Rahu. Suppose Rahu is posited in Aquarius sign, 11th house in Kalpurusha Kundali. And Lordship of Aquarius, Saturn is posited in Libra sign, exalted, with Jupiter. Then Rahu's effect in Aquarius sign will goes to Jupiter through the Saturn. This is advanced dispositor theory. Jupiter will be affected by the presence of Rahu in Aquarius sign. Another example, suppose Rahu is posited in Taurus sign. Lordship goes to Venus. And that Venus is posited in Leo sign with Sun. Then Sun will be affected by the Rahu. This is advanced dispositor theory linked with Rahu. Now in Kalpurusha Kundali, when Rahu is posited in first house, what will be the effect? First of all, it is the first house. Rahu is posited. What is the first house? The native's identity, native's personality, native appearance, native self-deed, all are native self-expression, all are first house. And Rahu is posited thereby. Rahu is very much intelligent planet. So native get intelligence. Rahu also very aggressive. Native become aggressive also. So when first house Rahu, that means Rahu in Lagna, native have to control his Rahu. As per native personality, native will get results. But if native personality is irritated, aggressive, then the native also get negative effects. So when in first house, generally native is very much intelligent and change the ways of life. Like in music, Mozart having the first house Rahu, he changes the music pattern. So first house Rahu is very intelligent and change the circumstances and change the views of the observer. So Rahu in first house is very important. Native have to keep his concerns about Rahu and make his personality always positive. Only condition is that the first house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspects. Now suppose Rahu is posited in Kalpurusha Kundali second house. Second house of Taurus sign, Lordship goes to Venus. We have to check where Venus is posited. If Venus is well placed in the chart, exalted, own sign, friend sign, then Rahu will give the good results. Suppose Venus is posited in mean, that means Pisces, it is exalted. Or Venus is posited in Libra, own sign, very strong. So in that case, the second house, Rahu will give good result. Generally, native have so much wealth, prosperity, since this is the house of wealth, house of finance, house of speech, and house of food habit, house of status. So when the native making his speech cordial to others, native is very much modest in behavior, in his talking, native will reach the destiny of life and goal of life. Generally, native flourish the family business or expand it, or native makes fresh business and try to expand it and generally flourish it. So this is very important. What happens? The second house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. If malefic conjunction, malefic aspect is thereby, then that attributes may be minimized. Now third house. When third house Rahu is posited, third house Rahu is very strong. Upachaya Bhav, first Upachaya Bhav, a malefic planet giving good results. So third house Rahu also aspecting the ninth house of fortune by seventh aspect. So third house Rahu is very positive. What is third house? Third house is courage, third house is willpower, third house is sibling, third house is media, all are there. So native get courage, more courageous, and willpower also increased. So native may be a great batsman, native may be a great footballer, native may be a great painter also. All depends upon the dispositor, the third house, that means Mercury in Kalpurusha Kundali should be strongly placed in the chart, and the Mars also. Mars also the significator of third house. And this house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Now Rahu coming to the fourth house. Fourth house, actually mother's house, take caring house, very soft house. It is the significator of this house is Moon and Venus. Now Rahu is posited thereby, no doubt giving too much wealth, prosperity, vehicles, all will be there. But Rahu to be controlled. Positive Rahu should be there. Then native gets all comfort, luxury, mother care, a friend circle, all supports will become. Provided native have to make Rahu more positive. And keep in mind, Rahu is aggressive and Rahu is intelligent. Both the behavior to be manipulated herewith. Rahu is a planet who try to manipulate, very clever planets. Now, all attributes will be there when fourth house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Now suppose Rahu is placed in the fifth house. What is the signification of fifth house? Fifth house is knowledge. Fifth house is creative power. Sixth house is creations. Fifth house is progeny. Fifth house is children. Fifth house is wealth. Fifth house is finance. Fifth house also the speculative business, that means share trading. All are there in fifth house. When Rahu is posited therewith, and the dispositor, sun, well placed in the chart, like first house, exalted, or friend's house, like in the house of Gemini, in the house of Pisces, that is giving good results. Now here in the fifth house, when Rahu is posited and well placed, generally native gets too much wealth from speculative business or share trading. Native becomes very intelligent, having so much knowledge. This is the house of knowledge and wealth and wisdom. Native crack the all types of obstacles in life and successful and getting the destiny. Native may be a celebrity actor. Native may be a great cricketer. Native may be a good engineer when Rahu is posited in fifth house. Only condition is that fifth house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunctions. Coming to the sixth house, Rahu is posited. Sixth house is some extent tough. Here it is litigation is there. Rog, Brin, Ripu is there. Hard working dedication is there. If Rahu is posited, Rahu destroy the enemy. Rahu also repay the loan. Rahu also resolve the litigations. But dispositor of this house, sixth house, that Mercury should be well placed in the chart as per Kalpurusha Kundali. So sixth house, when Rahu is placed, it is also second Upachaya Bhav. Rahu is a malefic planet giving good results. Only condition is that sixth house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Coming to the seventh house. Seventh house, Rahu is posited. What is the signification of seventh house? Seventh house is business. Seventh house is partnership. Seventh house is diplomatic work. Seventh house is spouse. Seventh house is marriage. All are there. Fifth house is love and romance. Seventh house is marriage. And ninth house is happiness of married life. So all are linked thereby. Now when Rahu is posited in seventh house, marriage time will be lesser. It is accelerated. Rahu generally accelerates the marriage process. Here when Rahu is posited, early marriage may be there, and also if the aspect of Jupiter is coming here with, if Jupiter is posited in third house, first, second, third, fourth, fifth, Jupiter as fifth aspect coming to the third, Rahu, then Jupiter aspect activate Rahu, and Rahu is giving good effect for expanding business or marriage relationship. All will be cordial. If Jupiter or any benefic planet like Venus, Moon, Mercury aspect on Rahu gives good effects. Only condition is that seventh house should be free from Papkatari. Now Rahu is coming to the eighth house. Rahu is also suddenness, and eighth house also having the nature of suddenness. So when Rahu is posited in the seventh house, suddenness will be there. Suddenly native may change from his engineering work to become a great singer. So Rahu changes from poverty to richness, from rock to heaven, when Rahu is posited in eighth house. But eighth lord, the dispositor, should be well placed in the chart, exalted, own sign and friend sign. Then and then only all attributes will be finalized And the 8th house should be free from Papkatari, malefic conjunction, malefic aspect. Now 9th house, the house of Devguru Brihaspati, house of Jupiter. Here Rahu is posited. Rahu will be controlled by the Jupiter always. Wherever Jupiter and Rahu is posited in the chart, any place, generally Rahu is controlled by the Jupiter. And it is the house of Jupiter. Rahu will be totally controlled. And if the aspect of Jupiter is coming hereby, suppose Jupiter is placed in the 3rd house giving 7th aspect on the Rahu, then Rahu will give good effect. Native gets so much higher learning, higher degree from different universities throughout the world. Native get flourish in foreign business. Native starting is spiritual thinking, spiritual work, and father blessing for the establishment in the society will be there. This is the house of father also. Now Rahu coming to the 10th house. 10th house is the highest altitude Kendra house, and Rahu is posited, making Raj Yoga. It is also one of the Upachaya Bhav, so Rahu will give good results. Generally, native may be a good politicians, native may be a great administrators, while Rahu is posited in 10th house. 10th house is the house of karma, lordship goes to Saturn. So Rahu is posited in the house of Saturn in Kalpurusha Kundali. So it's friend's house, giving good results. In 10th house Rahu accelerate the natives' hard working, dedication and disciplined life, and thereby getting so much wealth and prosperity in life. Honor, reward also. When Rahu is in the 10th house and strongly posited there, no doubt the 10th house, the dispositor, strength, dispositor should be well placed in the birth chart. Then and then only all attributes will be there. And if there is any papkatari or malefic conjunction, malefic aspect, result may be diminished. Now Rahu coming to the 11th house of Aquarius sign, very important. Aquarius sign actually lordship goes to Saturn, but Rahu is also the co-partner in Aquarius. So Rahu is very strong thereby. 11th house Rahu is very strong. Like 3rd house, 6th house, 10th house and 11th house. In these 4 houses, Rahu giving good results. From the 11th house, Rahu aspecting the 5th house by 7th aspect. So 11th house Rahu gives good effect for speculative business, since it is linked with the 5th house of speculative business thereby. So when Rahu in 11th house, generally natives have strong tendency for share market, trading, etc. and also get tremendous amount of wealth thereby. So this is the house of success, profit, gain, and Rahu is positive. And if Rahu is positive, then native get success, native get profit, native get gain, so much gain thereby. And the dispositor, the 11th Lord Saturn should be well placed in the chart, like in Libra sign exalted, or maybe in the Taurus sign, friend's house, or in Gemini. In that case, the 11th house Rahu in Aquarius sign giving good effect. Now Rahu coming to the 12th house. 12th house Rahu connect with the external, that means with the foreign lands. Native generally linked with foreign countries for any kind of foreign business. And 12th house is the no doubt loss, expense, jails, hospitalization, significance is there. But native, if Rahu is very intelligent thereby, easily making money management and time management, and makes the investment thereby, long-term investment, and getting so much wealth in near future, and cordial relations with distant land, that may be foreign land. So Rahu in 12th house, in so many richest person of the world, having Rahu in 12th person for foreign trading. Coming to the chart, example chart of Leonel Messi, best footballer of the world at present. Date of birth 24th June 1987. Time of birth 00:12 a.m. midnight. Place of birth Rosario, and it is in Argentina. And ascendant is Aquarius, Kumbh Lagna. And zodiac sign is Taurus, Bishop Rashi, Kumbh Lagna, great chart of Leonel Messi. What happens there? In the second house, Rahu is posited. Second house, Rahu is posited in Pisces sign, mean zodiac sign. Now Rahu here is very strong in the second house. Native Leonel Messi is a modest person, having good speech. This is the house of speech. This is the house of finance. This is the house of wealth. This is the house of food habit. All are theirs. And that's why Leonel Messi gets supports of Rahu. The modest person, modest footballer, well-behaved footballer. And Rahu gives too much wealth, prosperity in his life. Not only that, Jupiter in third house, in Leo sign, very strong. Friend's house, seventh aspect coming to the house of fortune. Fifth aspect coming to the seventh house of people. And ninth aspect of Jupiter coming to the 11th house of success. Leonel Messi always gets success in his football career. Not only that, the fourth house of wealth, fourth house of luxury, there is the Taurus sign, and Venus itself, lordship posited thereby. So Venus is very strong in the fourth house. Fourth house also, the significant house of Venus and Moon, both are posited there. So fourth house is very strong, giving so much wealth, prosperity, vehicles, friend circles, all are there with Leonel Messi. Not only that, fifth house of talent. Mercury is posited in own sign Gemini, with Sun making Budhaditya Yog, and Sun Mercury Mars aspecting the 11th house for success, for profit, for gain, all are theirs. And Saturn in the 10th house getting directional strength. So this is the great chart where Rahu is posited in second house, giving too much prosperity to the native. This is the chart of Leonel Messi. Now coming to the chart of Virat Kohli, the Indian cricketer and also ex-captain. Date of birth is 5 November 1988, time of birth 10:28, place of birth Delhi, ascendant is Sagittarius, Dhanu Lagna, and zodiac sign is Virgo, Kanya Rashi, Dhanu Lagna, great chart of Virat Kohli. What happens in this chart? In the third house, first Upachaya Bhav, Rahu being a malefic planet posited thereby. Rahu giving the seventh aspect on the fortune, the Leo sign. And Rahu also giving fifth aspect on the seventh house of people. And Rahu's ninth aspect on Sun, Sun-Rahu combination spread the talent of the native. Not only that, in the 10th house of professions, Virgo sign, you have Venus Moon conjunction giving too much wealth, prosperity thereby. And fourth house, Mars is posited thereby, being the lord of fifth house, aspected by Venus and Moon, so Mars giving good effect. Not only that, Saturn in the first house, when native is hardworking, dedication and disciplined, Saturn gives the blessing for wealth and prosperity. Not only that, the ascendant lord and fourth lord, ascendant lord Sagittarius sign and fourth lord Pisces sign, Lord Jupiter. That Jupiter is posited in sixth house in Taurus sign. So Lagna Lord is strong, fourth house, so much luxury comfort is there in his life, owing to the Jupiter. This is the unique chart of Virat Kohli. Chart of Elon Musk, world richest person at present. Date of birth 28 June 1971. Time of birth 12 a.m. midnight. Place of birth Pretoria, South Africa. Ascendant is Pisces, mean Lagna. And zodiac sign is Leo. That means Singha Rashi, Meen Lagna, great chart of Elon Musk. What happens in this chart? The Rahu is present in the 11th house of Capricorn sign with exalted Mars. And Rahu and Mars aspect in the 5th house. 5th house for wealth, 5th house for higher learning, 5th house for progeny, 5th house for creative power, 5th house speculative business. So native gets all going to Rahu's 7th aspect on the 5th house. Rahu's 5th aspect, first, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th aspect on Venus and Saturn in 3rd house, giving too much wealth. Rahu, Venus, Saturn combination. Now, in this chart, the 4th house is the wealth. Here, the Gemini sign, Makari itself posited. And Makari and Sun making Buddhaditya Chok, giving too much wealth and prosperity. Now, the 1st house Lord, Lagna Lord, 10th house Lord, the Sagittarius Lord, both the Lords are posited in 9th house of Scorpion sign, making Buddhaditya Chok, giving too much prosperity, wealth, reward, honor in life. Elon Musk having the SpaceX, and also the electronic car, so many industries there. Since the Ketu is posited in the 5th house, so modern technology adopted by Elon Musk and getting too much wealth and become the world richest person at present.